There's been rumblings of a Pokemon Unite API for the last couple of weeks, and it has finally officially launched. So you can look up a player name and get all of the data about them. So let's go through the Reddit post, let's go over a couple of profiles and break down what this means for Pokemon Unite. So Unite API is a service you can use similar to other websites for MOBAs like op.gg, etc., which allow you to view any player's recent match history, but with a few extra things added in for Pokemon Unite. And that was something I found very surprising, because this is much more powerful than what you see with like League of Legends or something. It tells me the exact second I acquired a Pokemon, and then like all kinds of other stats and cool things about it. So yeah, when I saw it, I was like, ooh, there's some spicy stuff going on here. So we have player info, we got player Pokemon list, last held items, last used trainer item, total battles, win rate, extra stats, daily statistics, average information about the player's habits. That's an interesting one. We can also go and break that down. Player stats, MVPs, likes, game mode, recently played. So if you play with someone more than 10 times in the last 150 games, shows you their profile as well. Avatars are a work in progress. We have the match history for all that fun stuff. And there's like no deaths. Like, I don't even think the game tracks deaths if you can't find it through the API. So we have players in each team, Pokemon plus level plus trainer item, their score, KAI. So it's also the interrupts on a score, which also does get tracked through the in-game for like events and stuff. Damage done, damage taken, damage healed, and what two abilities they went for. So then we have the finishing notes. This project has been a few weeks in the making, so it's a very early version of what is to come. It's been made by a team of 2 developers. Things may be a bit rocky until the bugs are ironed out. We wish to keep the website as ad-free as possible, so if you enjoy the project, please consider supporting so the server costs so this can grow and stay alive, and please do not use this website to abuse, harass players, of course. And when you take a look at a player's profile, you kind of get to see everything. Like, I was surprised to see the fair play points here. Unfortunately, the reporting system doesn't really do anything to punish bad players, so it's not like, oh man, we have a toxic player here. So we got that going on. Battles, wins, win rate, and then we can also like break down the stats for the Pokemon for the season and stuff. Apparently, the last time I used Snorlax, I ran this set with this item, so you can kind of get an idea what's either being run or experimented with, similar to how you could see like rune pages for League of Legends, API, and stuff like that. I have not played Slowbro, and I find that funny. Player stats are missing, because I haven't played a single game on Sarina or Slowbro, so you can actually like see even data and stats like that. A little bit of Zero Aura is positive. Same thing on the Venusaur, Cramorant, all of these other stats and numbers. So you can just kind of see like fun things of the Pokemon that you've played. I was looking at my Garchomp. So pre-nerf, you know, I was tearing it up on Garchomp, and that's why it actually just like giga boosted me into Master pretty easily. You can actually just kind of see all the differences right here. My Mamoswine, current main right now. Season battle, 171. After that 13-hour stream, maybe I need to calm it down a bit. Huge amount of wins over losses, and it's looking pretty good. Then just naturally, like, you can just go on the side and just kind of see how the recent matches have gone. And then you can click on a match and get all of these stats and kind of get an idea of how that game went down. So surrender vote win right there. Our Dragonite did nothing. You can look at the damage numbers, damage taken, healed, all of that fun stuff. And it's pretty cool, but I would find it funny, like, if KOs are just not tracked anywhere in the game, so it can't be used by even an API or something, because I'd want to see how heavy some of my teammates were, or how, like, hard some of the other players got dunked on. Daily statistics, so you can see, like, the averages here. 26 battles? I guess, I don't know, like, the range or how, like, that's averaging out. But yeah, when I sit down and play Unite, it's usually, like, I just usually get sucked in for a couple of hours. Like I said, that 13-hour stream probably really pumping up my wins over losses, usually that way. It depends if I'm playing with Hero or not, and I'm just getting, like, trolled all day. Don't do any quick battles. It's always going to be ranked matches. And then we can see, like, win streaks and stuff like that. Player stats, MVP, highest rank, like score, total score. Yeah, just all kinds of fun stuff like that. And it doesn't all fit, so we can see some other things, you know, quick battles, people that you've played with, and they can go and look them up. We also have other profiles we can check out, like Hero, and we can see how cracked Hero is. Just all these non-stop wins on the Sarina. His Sarina win rate's actually pretty ridiculous. So we scroll down, we can see an 88% win rate in 62 battles with Sarina. Pre-nerf Zeraora has it at 66% over 500 games. Then, yeah, just whatever you want. You can kind of look it up. Also, I think the biggest benefit of this is instead of people just being like, what build? Just go look up their name and then you can find the build, and then you don't have to worry about that instead of being annoying and spamming chat for no reason. And that makes me wonder how this is going to be used compared to League of Legends, because for League of Legends, it's mostly for toxic purposes. That what you do is you scout your team in like the pregame lobby to see like who's a bad player or something. Like, oh, your professor says that you're a weak laner and a poor CSer and you die a lot, and since this isn't draft pick, I'm just going to steal 80 carry from you because I'm better. Or you can also kind of like use it as a way to flame people in game, where it's like, knew I should have dodged because the pregame said that you were bad, and then you can also like use that to kind of like snipe and see what's going on there. Also get an idea of like the team mismatches in ELO. Now the problem with Pokemon Unite is that the game itself isn't really that robust, because what we've learned is that the Pokemon Unite rating system is complete trash. There are terrible players even with 2500 plus rating, and you can tell that by going into the top spectate feature inside your game and then just watching horrendous gameplay. Also, allowing 5 stacks into solo queue is very unhealthy for rating, and it creates like a lot of like boosting and elo inflation scenarios. And even the most recent changes to like the matchmaking has only broken things. It let a lot of terrible players into masters that didn't deserve it. So the whole system really just caters to bad players or whoever has more friends online the longest, and it doesn't have really any bearing of skill whatsoever. So I don't know how that's going to work out. And I'm trying to think about what it can be used for, but right now, in its current state, you can't really look up players during a match because it takes a while. So I'm actually okay with ads on the website if it means that they can get better servers and really like push it out. Also kind of depends on the health of Pokemon Unite. If the website is getting a lot of support, but more support than like the demand of people just kind of hammering it with requests all the time. So it's going to be an interesting balancing act to see how it plays out. But like in an ideal world, if someone's like competing for your role, or like there's like a weird Pokemon contest going on, maybe you could like look up the player really quick, see how they perform on the Pokemon, then decide if like they should have the role or not. But then that gets toxic, like, oh, this dude just feeds on Talonflame, or he plays Absol, so I'm just not going to let him have jungle. So I don't see where that really goes. Maybe the thing is, like, you can see if you're getting 5 stacked again by like checking the teams the guy's on. It's always like the same 4 other people. That means even if you're a solo queue player, you might be getting 5 stacked against. Enemy scouting, I don't really know, maybe, because like you can see if someone's overperforming, it's like, yo, just camp them, just shut them out of the game. Everyone else that guy plays with is pretty weak, or doesn't need to be as considered as much. But if you keep going up against like the same person, or if you're doing team scouting or something, that might come into play. And really, I guess like the best thing is going to be looking up builds from other players. Like, wow, that guy stomped me. What did he use to beat me on this? Oh man, that guy's like a really good player of that Pokemon or something. And maybe that. Problem is, if someone's using a score shield, that's just bad. That's just a trash player that shouldn't be considered for any Pokemon in any pick. But maybe people are going to see that. Like, they're going to look up someone that's bad thinking they're good, and then learn bad habits off of that because it's not really that responsible. You know, looking up bad players like Lutano or something. Yeah, that's just horrible. So, much like a lot of things that happen in the Pokemon community, I don't know if much good is going to come from this, or we're just going to kind of get, like, bastardized and end up making everything worse to a degree. But it is kind of nice to have this, just kind of, like, more reflect on your own play, or, like, look up your friends or something. But if people, like, start getting really sweaty with this, I don't think it's going to do too much good. We will have like rankings, database, all that fun stuff. So we'll see like how comprehensive it gets. If it just kind of like becomes a really good place for all information Pokemon Unite, that could be pretty cool. But unfortunately the game's kind of dying and the devs aren't really supporting it well, and there's a lot of really weird decisions, and we still don't have like our official tournament scene yet. So we're going to see how this ends up going. But yeah, it's a thing, and at least it adds something to Pokemon Unite that brings us like closer to other established MOBAs. So we'll see how it goes, and at the very least, like when I was looking at my profile, I'm like, oh, this is cool, this is interesting. So we'll see like how it ends up playing out, and as things get better and more developed and more stats get added in, and it actually like works really well, we'll see what the overall result is. But Pokemon Unite API is out, so good luck, have fun. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.